Hello there, welcome to another thrilling and exciting episode of Port and Maritime Agenda. I'm glad to announce to you that Port and Maritime Agenda is now shown on Crystal TV Extra. Yes, Crystal TV. This is a program where we compel you, our viewers, we educate and inform you on port and maritime operations and in and out of the port. I'll introduce my guests after the break. My name is Jacqueline Favor Asase. Please stay tuned.
The Consolidated Shipping Agencies Limited, or CONSHIP for short, is a world-class Ghanaian logistics company formed in February 1996. It is based in Accra, Tema, and Takoradi in Ghana, West Africa.
We've expanded our portfolio to offer services such as marine and husbandry services, onshore and offshore logistics services, projects, international freight forwarding services, and warehousing.
Today, due to its numerous partnerships, CONSHIP has a network over 2,000 locations globally from which it can do business. This enables the company to fulfill its prime goal of providing quick, efficient, and dependable services for its customers. The vision: succeeding together with passion.
Hello, my name is Clay Crane. 2023 is with us, and I would like to take the opportunity to wish all a safe and happy New Year. APM Terminals Liberia has, over the years, been a leader in port operations in Liberia. Together with our partners, we have continuously invested in cutting-edge technology to modernize the Freeport of Monrovia to fulfill its mandate as the gateway of the Liberian economy. This year, we are poised to accelerate this vision.
So we are going to contribute to accelerating the vision in 2023 by improving the already good outcomes of our port digitization to give our customers, our users, and staff a better experience by collaborating with our external stakeholders.
In accelerating the vision in 2023, we will keep the customer at the center and at the heart of what we do.
We are always developing our people here at APM Terminals Liberia by equipping them with the needed knowledge, skills, and exposure. They will be empowered to deliver more as we accelerate our vision this year.
APM Terminals Liberia continue to perform well in health and safety thanks to our continuous adaptation to ways of working and safer handling of cargo. We have recorded 0 fatality in 2022. 2023, we're going to continue to accelerate our vision for safety to ensure that we are safer, bigger, and better.
At APM Terminals Liberia, operations demand efficiency. There is a renewed sense of enthusiasm amongst the team. Everyone is aware of how critical our work is with regards to accelerating the vision of APM Terminals.
Happy New Year and welcome to the year 2023. We are aware of the global economic challenges, but we want to take this opportunity to assure our staff and our stakeholders that APM Terminals Liberia will put in the right investments in support of our bigger, better, and safer global operations to allow for the greater economic growth and prosperity of Mama Liberia.
We are committed to continuous quality service to our stakeholders, partners, and agencies here in Liberia.
Welcome back from the very quick break. If you just joined us, this is Port and Maritime Agenda. Today my guest, he loves the media, he's an industry player. 2020 he contested to be the flag bearer of the PMC. I'm sure in 2024 he would also contest, hopefully, to be the flag bearer. He's executive secretary of the Importers and Exporters Association. Mr. Samson Asaaki Awingobet is my guest today on Port and Maritime Agenda. Hello, Mr. Asaaki.
Hello, Jacqueline.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
It's been a while.
Very.
A year, oh?
It's been tough.
How is everything?
It's been challenging. It's been hectic.
Oh, okay.
And then coupled with work and schooling too at the same time. It's a Herculean task, but we have to withstand the pressure and end the year with heart way. So it's been cool. It's
Oh, okay. And then once again, too, congratulations on your graduation at the Methodist University.
Thank you very much. I was expecting to see a cake coming from you or something.
That would be after the program, I guess.
I was expecting that you would have walked to my office with something to celebrate with me.
Very well said, and kudos, and we wish you nothing but the very best.
Thank you very much.
But beginning with our very first conversation, as a country, we import more than we export. What do you think are the factors influencing high cost of imports as a country more than we export?
Well, there are so many factors. There are so many factors that when it comes to why do we import more than exporting. Number one, our cost of borrowing in this country is nothing to die home about. The interest rate is not something that you can even compare us to our friends at Ivory Coast here, let alone what is the rate the same manufacturers in South Africa or Kenya and the rest are borrowing. So our interest rate in this country doesn't even make it robust for or convincing enough for industry to even go to the banks to ask for to borrow to do businesses. The other aspect is that our city kept on depreciating, you know it. Now that we are just seeing some appreciation within these few days. So that was also another challenge. Major issue to manufacturers in this country is about, what do you call it, the utility tariff that industries are paying in this country is also another challenging area. So utility tariff is killing the industries in this country. And that is why sometimes you will see one will go import a commodity. When I talk about commodity, I'm talking about the goods, and bring it to Ghana, pays these huge taxes and tariff in our port, clear it to the market, and it's still cheaper than the one that is being produced here. It's as a result of the government is not doing anything incentive to cushion the plight of Ghanaian producers. And so everybody is finding their way to where they are cheap labor, where they are cheap cost of utility tariff, and then there's economic skills of production in that regards to support the business community there. So production is huge there, and they're bringing it to us here. And so until we look at utility tariff for industries, cheaper, much more cheaper interest rate for them as they are borrowing to do manufacturing, much more lower, then we can talk of, okay, 3 to 4 to 5 years planning to say, okay, this is going to be our medium term, this is going to be our long term, this is going to be our short term measures. Then, and until we are there, I don't think we will forever say we can import. That is the causes of why we so much import into this country. Because it will surprise you that you go and pick the product that is being produced in Ghana here. It's far cost, as I said earlier, than the one that you even pay so much duties, and it's still cheaper. So if you ask the manufacturers and industries, they will tell you these are some of their challenges.
So what measures should stakeholders put together for us to export more than we import?
Well, government will have to relook at our policies in terms of what do you do to support who, and also look at which area do we have our strength in it as a country, and so we can position ourselves. Because everyone knows that if they talk of PAMA is part of what your program
Port and Maritime
Port and Maritime Agenda. And so you have positioned your program in the minds of Ghanaians. So everyone knows that when they talk of PAMA, they know that it's a Port and Maritime Agenda. So people want to watch who are you exactly interviewing. So until the government make concerted effort to say, look, we want to, as a matter of fact, our budget for 2023 is to a quantum of it should go to support rice growers or poultry producers in terms of their feed, in terms of their medicines, in terms of whatever, and so that we want them. So when government is subsidizing, then of course the cost of a poultry product will be cheaper, and Ghanaians who go to import will no longer go there; they'll buy it, and there's availability. The volumes will be there as well. But if government is not influencing anything in terms of policy direction, in terms of cost to utility tariff, in terms of farming input, in terms of borrowing interest, then you've left the people to have their own fate, then of course we will see where we are as it is. So until government critically sit down and analyze to know that, okay, if you talk of Ghana, even African Continental Free Trade, we can boast to say that ginger is well produced in Ghana. So if within the 54 or 53 states that sign to rectify or to do trade with African Continental Free Trade, when they say ginger, they will say this will go to Ghana. Maybe when they say okra, they will say go to Ghana. When they say hot pepper, they will say go to Ghana. So until that is done, until we identify our strength area and position ourselves strongly in that area and say we are, when they talk of this, like when they talk of cocoa, we know that we are the world, or is it third world or the second in the world or so. Okay. Then when we talk of gold, we know that we are second in the world or is it third position in the world or so. So until we government effortlessly position itself and brand themselves in that direction, then we will be where we are. Because we only do the talking than to properly react. I was told that even the 2023 budget that we are expecting for it to be approved for the Minister of Finance, the quantum of money that was allocated to go to the Council of State members or is it the cathedral is even more than the Ministry of Agric budget. Yeah. So why would you allocate a huge amount of money to go to Council of State who are advisors to the President, more than when we say that we are importing so much rice, we are importing so much toothpaste, we are doing what we are doing what, and government want to cut it off, and then government want that let's do our homegrown economy, let's produce, let's eat what we have, and the whole agri budget is lesser than what is going to Council of State. So does it make economic sense in this regard? I strongly believe that it doesn't make any economic sense in this regard, and that's why President Kufuor is saying that Council of State thing will be thing of the past. Because at the end of the day, yes, we are not saying that they are not relevant to so far, because sometimes if the government wants to do something, they can pull the government and say, look, Mr. President, don't do that. Look at the level of their age and their statesmanship and stateswomanship, whatever they have done exactly. But I don't see reason why a budget of that should be more than the Minister of Agriculture, because whether you like or not, we are saying 70 or 60% of our GDP is coming from the agriculture sector. So can't we make the agriculture very romantic and very robust, so that even graduates that come from universities will see farming not just to be for the illiterate, excuse my language. Because in Africa here or in Ghana here, typically, you think that if those who are farmers are people who have not been to school. But it's not like that. When you go to Vietnam, Texas, and other areas that in Brazil, India, and other areas that you see how their poultry and their whatever is going on. It is as a result of these are well-educated people. They understand how to administer the fertilizer, the farming input, the time range that is supposed to start plowing, start tilling the land, planting, growing, harvesting, and everything. So farming today is no more for only the illiterate. Farming is for the literate rather. Because so I strongly believe that if the government make the agric very attractive, many people, even market women will even go to agric.
Okay. For the benefit of our viewers, can you please tell us the current state of our import and export rate in the country?
Well, if we say import and export rate, I wouldn't know, but I don't know how it's a broader question that you've asked me. Specifically, I would say export we are not doing all that good. Okay. We are not doing all that good because the figures that we only see that we have done so much in export, I think has to do with only the gold or oil, diamond, bauxite. All right, that's the traditional commodities. The non-traditional commodities is where that I think we are not doing much. Okay. Yes. So if you see the figure that do come at the end of the year from Bank of Ghana or whatever, mostly you see they will tell you, oh, we've done more export than. But if you ask them to, we should segregate it. We should segment it, itemized by product. I will tell you the non-traditional commodities, i.e. non-traditional commodities are mango, our pawpaw, our brobe, our coconut, our tie and dye batik, our basket weavers. You know, these are the non-traditional commodities. And so, which commodity give us more money in the past 2022 or 2021 or 2019? Segment by segment, sector by sector. I'm not quite sure that we will have some good figures to talk about. Yes. So, but I would say generally, I've seen the Ghana Export Promotion Authority saying that they have raked so much millions of dollars to the system. But I strongly believe that if the government were to do more, as I said, to the agri-industrial sector, indeed we could have done better than what they are doing. When you come to importations, of course, we know that we bring a lot of rice to this country. We bring a lot of frozen food, chicken, frozen meat to this country. We bring spare parts, we bring foods of renewable and stuff. So these are also areas that I can say have also seen a quadruple increment in the importations. And the kind of hazard that importer goes through to clear this cargo at the port, and the kind of hazard they have to go through to the stress to be able to raise the dollar to go and bring goods and pay so much duty at the port to clear it. You have no knowledge of. I would strongly want to advocate that if government really come up with good policies and increase our exports, and then of course you will see many Ghanaians going to export than to even do import. So every importer is a potential exporter, and every exporter is a potential importer. That's what I can say for now.
You're still watching Port and Maritime Agenda. We're taking a quick break. We'll be right back.
The Consolidated Shipping Agencies Limited, or CONSHIP for short, is a world-class Ghanaian logistics company formed in February 1996. It is based in Accra, Tema and Takoradi in Ghana, West Africa.
We've expanded our portfolio to offer services such as marine and husbandry services, onshore and offshore logistics services, projects, international freight forwarding services, and warehousing.
Today, due to its numerous partnerships, CONSHIP has a network over 2,000 locations globally from which it can do business. This enables the company to fulfill its prime goal of providing quick, efficient, and dependable services for its customers. The vision: succeeding together with passion.
Here in APMT Liberia, we're training employees to have a mindset, the mindset of lean. Ensure that when you come to work, you don't just come to do your job, but you come also to do some thinking and also some kaizens. So currently, as you can see here in our environment, we're currently doing a kaizen on 5S, which is basically to improve the safety in our work environment. After doing the lesson, we split the team into groups where they're being assigned to a specific store. And in those stores, they're tasked to ensure that the place is clean, neat, and also everything is at its right place. So what we hope to achieve is not only to build that culture where people are aware of the environment and also the safe working space, but also for them to have that mindset. And the mindset that we're talking about is that 5S mindset. Every time you take something, you always caution yourself, where am I putting it? Am I putting it at the right spot? Is it something I really need to do my work? And it is also proven that when you have a 5S mindset, you can improve your productivity by 30%. And that is excellent. Why? Because you can easily find what you're looking for. Everything is at its right space, the right place for everything. So when you need something, you can easily go fetch for it without wasting any time. And we know that in our industry, customer waiting is one of the biggest wastes. And we can reduce that a lot just by doing the 5S Kaizen and also the 5S mindset.
Welcome back from that very quick break. If you just joined us, this is still Port and Maritime Agenda. Mr. Asaaki, the benchmark is being scrapped. To what effect has it brought to the country's economy?
Well, government would say they are making more revenue. That's because it has led to an increase in the cost of doing business in our port. And so if you are paying, let's say, a car that you used to clear, like, say, 10,000, it has risen to like 20,000. Something that was clearing like 20,000, it has moved to like 40,000, and so forth and so on. And so I would say, taking away of the benchmark value, we saw a steady increase in the duties and taxes in the ports, yes. And that is also influencing the prices of goods in the market that ordinary Ghanaians go there to shop, and then we are feeling it. Yeah.
We are all happy that the city is gaining strength and dollar is coming down. Do you think it's because of low imports or low demand?
Well, government has not come out to tell us what actually government has put in place, the measures the government has put in place to actually bring this stability. It's strange to me that during Christmas time, in the month of December, we are seeing such a sharp appreciation of the city as against the dollar, and usually it's not done, but that doesn't mean that it cannot be done. The only thing I fear are that government should not do this today, and by January we will see a very radical depreciation of the city.
But do you foresee that?
Well, that's why I said I'm mute, because I have not seen the government hasn't come out to explain to us what they did differently that has necessitated or that has brought this sharp decline or depreciation of the dollar as against the city. And so from 14 to 7 or to 8, we must do something strategically, isn't it? We wanted to know the measures. What I do know offhand is the government issued a statement through the Bank of Ghana to commercial banks that they were not going to support the commercial banks with forex to give to frozen food importers or rice importers, and they described those commodities as non-essential commodity. That was why I said, how can, under COVID-19 and under these crisis situations, why would one describe food at this point in time as Russia-Ukraine issue as non-essential? When we talk of essential commodity, it should be food, it should be medicine. And so I can't fathom who advises the government to take that decision. By and large, I strongly believe that now that the city has appreciated strongly against the dollar, we want to know the stability, the sustainability of it, how long it's going to take, and so that we can also progress. I think last week I saw that custom were using 12.5 to do calculations of the duty. Now that the dollar is around 9 or 8, I'm hoping that tomorrow Tuesday it will be converted back to that. Then I will say that, okay, there's an impact on us or there's no impact on us. Then we are skeptical not to come out and we start calling people that reduce your prices, because we don't know the market situations. It's very dynamic, and then we can't predict what will happen tomorrow. But I strongly believe that if it will go by this way till next year, then that will be a good thing. Now, we can use that opportunity to appeal to the business community. If at the time you bought the dollar at 14 series, and then you brought your cargo, you are now selling it utilization price of maybe 14.5 or 15 series, because your fear is minus or plus. It might move or it might not move, so you can still be in business. Then, now that it has fallen from 14 all the way to like 7 or to 8, then maybe perhaps you can also reduce your price a little bit to just to give some relief to your final consumers. But I can tell you that government is mute about it. I have pushed and pushed that government should be able to come and tell us what they have done, what measures they put in place. Apart from saying they won't give forex to commercial banks to trade with to give to importers of frozen food or whatever importers. I don't know anything different than that government. We have not told in a way that the government has pumped so much millions of dollars into the system. And as I said, we have not also heard in a way that the IMF loan has arrived yet. It will be, if it will come, so it will be somewhere next year, first quarter or second quarter. So.
Oh, okay. Your outfit called on government to ban the smuggling of wheat from Ivory Coast. What led to this call?
Okay, so you ask yourself that, look at the Ghanaian taxes that we pay at the port there, and pay local handling charges as well to the shipping lines. Then you clear your cargo to the market and you can get a place to sell. Of course, you have all the costs to ask to blame government or to ask government to do something about it, to at least to safeguard those who are law-abiding people. Well, if you go to Ivory Coast and bring goods not through the approved route and pay the needed taxes, then you are doing what are you doing? You are satanic to the Ghanaian people, because you should rather bring your goods through the approved route and you be assessed and you pay the duty. But however, if one hasn't done that, but rather would find ways in which when you and I are sleeping and bring the goods to the market, then of course, yes, we are saying that we cannot guarantee people who doesn't want to pay tax. So we want to protect people who are paying tax and paying the needed tax, and then looking for a marketplace to sell their goods. Those people will protect them. But those who bring it, and of course, my job is giving me very hectic here, because if someone goes to any of this market to buy any of this product that you're talking about, and go and consume and have health conditions challenges, of course, in Ghana, we're quick to say importers are their own enemies, and why should they do this? But this is one of the policies, the positive area that we strongly believe that we have to monitor and to make sure that we advise accordingly.
Okay. Time is not on our side, so this is where we'd have to wrap up. Your final submission?
Well, I will use this opportunity to thank Jacqueline and your team for holding the fort of Port and Maritime Agenda. Now Ghana is part of the oil producing company, oil producing country. Of course, we have to look at spillage as environmental pollution at sea. I mean, it's very, 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 very important. We have to know what is oil pollution, oil spillage, and other things. So, for me, I think that it's good to be at Port Maritime. It's an eye-opener. Thank you all for having me. Thank you very much. Samson Asaaki Awingobet, Executive Secretary, Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana. Thank you.
It looks like Mr. Asaaki has taken over the show. But anyway, this is how we wrap up on Port and Maritime Agenda. There's a program, as stated earlier, we compel you to have the interest when it comes to port and maritime operations. My guest has been Mr. Samson Asaaki Awingobet, who is Executive Secretary of the Importers and Exporters Association. My name is Jacqueline Favor. As I say, a big thanks to my crew, Naya and Bagon. Yes, he doesn't like to be mentioned, but I'm mentioning his name today. Bagon being behind the camera, switching from one end to the other. Kudos to you and Naya. And for you, our viewers, also doing the watching. We can't host or run Port and Maritime Agenda without your keen interest in what we do. So keep watching Port and Maritime Agenda on Crystal TV Extra. My outfit is also sponsored by Lady Prima. Yes, Lady Prima's outfit. Locate her in Ashaiman and then she'll get you sorted out. Enjoy the rest of our program. Bye.